Miami, Florida, 1970. Miami Sea Aquarium, one of the oldest oceanariums in the United States, was anxiously awaiting the arrival of the recently acquired killer whale, Lolita the Orca. Lolita became one of the main attractions at the Miami Sea Aquarium, which was visited by 500,000 guests annually. Despite the seemingly joyful mood at the aquarium, Lolita lacked a distant quality of life. This is the deplorable life conditions of Lolita the Orca. Between 70 and 71, 10 orcas were captured from the Puget Sound Ocean, one of them being Lolita. She was taken away from her family when she was only 4 years old. Half of these killer whales were sent to SeaWorld. All of them died after a few months. All except Lolita. But her suffering didn't end there. Take into consideration this. Orcas spend 90% of their time underwater. They dive to depths of thousands of feet. Nevertheless, Lolita was confined to her tank for more than 45 years, performing 3 times a day. Her tank is barely 4 body lengths long and is only 35 feet wide and 20 feet at the deepest, failing to meet the minimum size requirements outlined by the Animal Welfare Act for an animal her size. Here's a reference of the tank compared to SeaWorld Orlando's undersized tanks. As if this wasn't bad enough, there are records that indicate that the water level in the tank was often dropped, sometimes even reaching a maximum depth of only 11 feet. Can you imagine the stress this animal must have gone through, just swimming in circles over and over again? And that seemed to be the case, as Lolita often showed signs of frustration. Those signs being tense body, slapping with her tail or pectoral fins, wide open eyes, avoidance, and sinking under the surface, just to name a few. Her welfare was so bad that there were even signs of what is known as zoochosis, a form of psychosis seen in captive animals, who manifest monotonous, obsessive, repetitive actions. But it's not hard to imagine why she became so distressed. Orcas are very social animals after all. Like you and me, they have a need for emotional connections, and the only orca she shared a space with, Hugo, died in 1980. Since then, she shared a small tank with 2 dolphins, who often attack her by scraping her skin with their teeth. According to records, this has happened at least 52 times in 2015. Because of this, she needed to be medicated with antibiotics to prevent infections due to the raking. Speaking of medicine, drugs were administered to Lolita very often, from antibiotics, antifungals, pain medications, steroids, hormones, and antacids. A lot of times, this happened without evidence that she needed them. She consumed at least 1 medication per day, medicine given to treat the damages caused by her captivity. Another example of these damages were Lolita's dry and cracked skin, which was caused by the exposure to the hot sun of Florida. That's right, even though the tank was tiny, they never bothered to give this poor animal some shade to protect herself from the sun's rays, which they usually avoid in a natural environment by diving deep into the ocean. The lack of shade also worsened one of Lolita's conditions, pterygium in her right eye, which causes inflammation, tearing, and itchiness. She was even seen on many occasions closing one or both eyes during shows. But that's not all. The aquarium also drilled into Lolita's teeth more than a dozen times, exposing nerve tissue and causing pain to this poor orca, which is something that marine mammal veterinarians recommend avoiding. Despite all of this suffering, despite her declining health, the Miami Sea Aquarium forced Lolita to perform 2 or 3 times a day. Sometimes she couldn't even keep her eyes open during the shows. Sometimes she had recently undergone invasive procedures, and still, the show went on. Because of all of this, many organizations wanted to do something about Lolita. Those organizations were PETA, the Lummi Native American Tribe, the Orca Network, and others. Something needed to be done. On March 30, 2023, the Sea Aquarium announced that Lolita was going to be set free. She was expected to be returned to her natal waters in the Pacific Northwest. But this plan never came to fruition because Lolita died of renal failure on August 18, 2023. Before dying, she showed signs of distress the past several days, and on an Instagram post, the Miami Sea Aquarium said that she was treated immediately and aggressively by a medical team. Such a shame that she wasn't treated immediately years before, when they still could avoid all of this tragedy. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Take care, and see you soon.